all Tawbah. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billahi al-aliyyil azim. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Alhamdulillah kama huwa ahluh. Alhamdulillah rabbil alameen. As-salatu was-salamu ala ashrafil anbiya wal mursaleen Abil Qasim Muhammad wa ala alihi at-tayyibin at-tahirin al-ma'sumin. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I hope all of you are energetic, active, attentive, and Alhamdulillah, you had 10 minutes break. As you know, our topic is related with jurisprudence. MUS, Majlis Ulama Shia Europe, we made this syllabus around 2011. Alhamdulillah, I am one of the founder and compiler and also publisher, printer involved in 8 books of MUS. The first book usually our children they use, so that is Majlis Qaida. So mainly in that Qaida, there are Arabic letters and Tajweed rules, and then there is WUDHU and Namaz, Adhan, Aqama. And after that, we have given 27 Quranic verses. The reason I am mentioning here Qaida, so those 27 verses are also related with our today's topic as well. So most of our FURU are branches of religion, or what we say Islamic jurisprudence. So the Quranic verses are also given in Qaida, and we motivate our students, our teachers to memorize those verses by heart. Then we have book 1 to 7, and each book has 4 parts: Aqaid and jurisprudence, Islamic history, and Akhlaq. Our today's topic is Islamic jurisprudence. So we have divided the whole Fiqh jurisprudence into 7 books. So maybe you will see the repetition of same topic, but the information in detail are different, are more explained in higher volumes. So this jurisprudence, as all of you know, we have Usul ad-Din and Furu ad-Din. Usul ad-Din are roots of our religion, which are called Aqaid, and Furu ad-Din are, the 10 Furu ad-Din branches of our religion. These are mainly the rituals or actions which are wajib upon us. And you can see on the screen, and I hope you all know, first is Salah, and then Sawm and Zakat and KHUMS, Hajj, Jihad, Amr bil Maruf, Nahy anil Munkar, Tawalla and Tabara. These are 10. So in different books, we have divided these 10 Furu ad-Din in Islamic jurisprudence. But one thing that is also important related with Furu ad-Din, that is TAQLID. Next slide. So TAQLID, mainly Mujtahid, someone who is expert in religion, Quran, Ahadith, and the rest of the topics which are related with Ijtihad. So TAQLID in Furu ad-Din, not in Usul ad-Din, TAQLID in Furu ad-Din. So any ritual we are going to do, we need to follow a mujtahid who is expert in Islamic laws. It is mainly niyat. You just decide you are follower of a certain mujtahid, like nowadays Ayatollah Sayyid Ali Sistani or Sayyid Ali Khamenei or Sayyid Hakim or Ayatollah Bashir Najafi or Ishaq Fayaz or many other mujtahideen. in our practical life, whenever we need medical advice, so we go to the doctor, someone who is expert in medicine. Likewise, if we need legal advice, so we go to the solicitor or someone who is expert in law. So likewise, when it comes to the religion, so we are not expert of Quran and Hadith and Arabic and Islamic laws. So those who are expert in Islamic laws, so we follow them. So this is called taqlid. It is just deciding or saying that I am follower of certain mujtahid. And then through Tawzi al-Masail or the book of his Islamic laws, we can read, or nowadays all these books are available online on their websites. So, or we can ask some scholar, or directly we can ask them, we can write them. So there are different ways, but someone we are going to follow, there are certain conditions for mujtahid. Number one, a mujtahid must be male. Ladies even, they can be mujtahid, but to be marja are the people who are going to follow a mujtahid, so they can follow a male mujtahid. That person should be Shia Ithnashri and adult and sane and apparently legitimate birth, and his life should be known as a just person, or that person should not commit sins openly, or that person should not be zalim. So this was taqlid. Anything you are having questions, so inshallah at the end you can write your questions and I will try to reply at the end. Next part, that is najasat, and this is important in Islam. So any Tawzi al-Mathal you will open, so this is usually the first chapter, MUTAHIRAAT and NAJAASAAT. We need to understand, because an-nadafatu min al-iman. So Islam is wholly solely dependent on our purity, external purity and internal purity, our intentions, our thoughts, our iman. So this is internal purity. And sometimes there are some sins which are going to spoil or impure our soul, our heart, our thoughts. So these are internal impurities. We need to clean our soul, our heart, our thoughts from these impurities, as well as there are external, like blood, like urine, like different things. So when any of this najasat is going to touch our dress, our body, so then we need to clean. So here is the list of najasat, and you can find in our books as well. So urine, feces, semen, dead body, blood, dog, pig, kafir, non-believer, sharab or wine, or sweat of an animal who eats najasat. So these are different impurities or najasat. So some of these are part of our body, like first 3, 4. So these are part of our body. So when these are in our body, so that's okay. They are in potential, yes, they are najis, but when they are in our body, so that's process of our body, so that's okay. But when these like urine or blood, so they're coming out, so if touching our body or our dress, so that part of body or that dress so will become najis. So then we need mutahirat who are going to clean our impurities. So for cleaning of impurities or najasat, next slide is about mutaharat. So mainly we are washing with water. So then there are different types of water. So the water we are going to use to clean najasat, so that must be clean water, that must be Ab Khalis, and that water, if that is Ab Mulaf mixed with something that is going to change the smell or color, of the water, so that cannot make najis things part. So water that is important, and this water we also use for wudu. This water we also use for ghusl. This water we use to clean our dress, our body. So hadas asghar, akbar. So for everything almost, this is great blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We are having water. So 70% of our body that has liquid or water, almost 70% of the earth is covered with water. The clouds we are having. So this whole water cycle, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this is great blessing of Allah. We are having water, and our origin is also from soil and water. So both of these things, water and soil, our body was made, Hazrat Adam alayhi salam was made. So these are also mutahirat as well. They clean the najasat. How earth that cleans the thing. So as a whole, earth is pak, it is clean, but if some najasat is over there, so sometimes some utensils we have to clean with the soil to make that pak, and sometime if there is any najasat on earth, so when due to sunlight or due to rain, so that is moved, so then earth become pak. And when if there is some najasat on our body or on our shoes, so when we are walking on the earth, so due to rubbing or moving on the earth, so automatically when najasat is removed, earth is also making clean our body, our shoes and different things. Likewise, sunlight is one of mutahirat. So sunlight, when it comes on earth, if there is any najasat and that is dried up, so that sparks. Sometime on walls there is some najasat, sometime maybe on dress. So sometime both sunlight and water are cleaning these things. Number 4 is istihala. Istihala is transformation. So when the chemistry of something is being changed, like we have a wood, and if that wood was having a najasat, if we are going to burn that wood, so najasat will be burned and wood will be burned, and then we will have ash. So ash is not najis, and this is called istihala. So changing the chemistry, external and internal formation of atoms, structure of that thing. So that is called istihala. So that is one process to make something pop. Next is inqalab. Inqalab is when something has been changed again. So that was transformation, was the chemical change, and this inqalab is you are going to change something from its original shape, and that was najis. Next one is the intiqal or transfer. So like our blood, so any animal that is having blood, and if we cut that vein or artery of that animal, human being or cow or goat, and blood gushes out, so that blood is najis. But if mosquito sucks our blood, then our blood, when it is part of mosquito, and if you are having a mosquito and that is biting you and you try to defend yourself, and if the blood of mosquito comes on your skin, so because already that has been transferred, so the blood of mosquito, that is pak. Then Islam, so non-believers, mushrikeen, so they are najis. So when they read kalma, or they believe in oneness of God and prophets and Quran, day of judgment, so just changing the belief or aqidah, so that make a najis person. So Islam itself makes pak. But those kids who are born in Muslim family, so automatically they are Muslim and they are Pak. But the kids of non-believers, as well as those kids are with their parents and they are non-believers, so they are najis as well. Tab'iyya, so this is, the non-believer is najis and their kids are najis. But if the child of a non-believer, if a Muslim family is going to bring them up, so as they are under the custody or guardianship of a Muslim family or Muslim parents or foster parents, so automatically that child will become Pak. And next one is the removal of intrinsic impurity. So once, blood is najis, and when we slaughter an animal, so blood comes out. So as blood is najis, that is impure, but when that is removed from the body of halal animal, so rest of the meat of halal animal, so that will become Pak. So istabra of some animals who are used to eat najasat. It could be, a camel is halal animal, cow or goat or chicken. So these are halal animal, but sometimes they eat feces or some najasat. So if we know they are eating najasat, so then istabra is important, necessary to observe. Like chicken, 3 days, so that chicken should not eat any najasa. So then slaughtering that animal and eating that is also halal. So this is tabra for certain days, making sure animal is not eating any najasat. So for goat, it could be 10 days. For cow, it could be 20 days. For camel, these are more days. So this istabra is also making the things Pak. Next one is the absence of Muslim. When I am living in a house and I know, and other people, they know this one dress is najis or something is najis. And if I left that house, so the people who are observing my leftover things, so if there is no apparent najasat with that dress, with that thing, so then that will be considered Pak or clean after the absence of Muslim. So already I said about the draining of blood from the slaughtered animal. Next slide. Okay, so as we discussed, one of the mutahirat is the water, and usually we use water for wudu, water for ghusl. So like when we are praying daily prayers, so wudu is wajib. So without wudu, we can't pray salah. That is not valid. So in wudu, 4 parts of our body, like face, like hands, and including our forearm. So washing these 2 parts, this is wajib, and also the masa or wiping of head and the feet. So that is also, so these 4 things are wajib. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has commanded in Quran to do wudu for namaz. So like if we are going to touch Quran, words of Quran, so then wudu is wajib. And it is also recommended whenever, even we are not touching, we are just looking or we are opening and reading. So still it is recommended to have wudu, but otherwise without wudu, we can read Quran, we can listen Quran, but touching is not allowed without wudu. So wudu has many benefits. It is light, it is nur, it is purifying ourselves, but mainly we do wudu with water. But if water is not available, in that case, we do tayammum, and that tayammum is with dust or soil. And tayammum is only for those parts which we wash. So those parts which we do wiping or masa, so those are not included in tayammum. So wudu, mainly we do with water, but if not available in that case, we do tayammum with soil. So both water and soil, so they were mutahirat, and wudu is important for our ibadat or worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And even, the 1/3 of our life we utilize in sleeping. So why not before going to bed and sleep, we should do wudu. So then that 6 hours, 8 hours we are sleeping. So that will be included worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, just having wudu. So there are certain conditions when, so wudu is, small cleaning, or cleaning for small najasat. And because during the day, a few times people, they need to do wudu, and especially the 4 conditions when person has urinated or used toilet, or when person is sleeping or passed away the wind. So in these 4 conditions, wudu will be broken, or wudu will be finished, and we need to revise wudu. But there are certain conditions when ghusl is wajib. Friday ghusl before Friday prayer, so that is highly recommended. It is very close to wajib, but that is most of. There are, anytime we are going to have, we are going and shower, we are having, we are taking bath. So it's better at the end we should do niyat, ghusl for your long life, ghusl for blessing in your life, or more risk, or more enlightenment of the heart and soul, or forgiveness of parents, a lot of things. Anytime, just you, because you are already taking bath, so why not do a niyat of ghusl? But those are mustahab ghusl. There are 7 wajib ghusl. Number 1, that is ghusl janaba. Usually it is both gents and males, so both this ghusl is wajib for them. And usually when they become baligh or mature, at that time, so this becomes wajib. So once person is in condition of janaba, so then we can't offer prayers, and we can't sit in the mosque. So, and this is not a good condition. This is impurity. As soon as possible for us, we need to do this ghusl to come out of impurity. Number 2 is, this is ghusl haid. It is related with the ladies. This is a monthly habit, blood comes out. Number 3 is ghusl nifas, when baby is born and a lady is giving birth to a child. So at that time, on mother, because with the birth of baby, usually there is bleeding, and even if through the operation a baby is born, but still the mother need to take this ghusl nifas. And the next one is also related with the ladies, ghusl istihada. So there are 3 types of istihada: kalila, mutawassita, and kathira. Again, this is a kind of blood which is not the menstrual blood, but different from that. Ladies, they observe. So in that situation, they need to do ghusl to pray namaz and to come out of impurity. When a person dies, so at that time, giving ghusl to the dead body, corpse, so that is wajib. There are 3 ghusl for that. with pure water and with the berry leaves and with camphor water. So these are three ghusl which are wajib to give to the dead body. The person who gave ghusl to the dead body, that person also need to do ghusl masamayas. Someone who touched the dead body need to ghusl. But sometime we vow or another, or we swear or oath that if this thing will happen, Allah will give me this, so I will do ghusl. So once that is fulfilled, in that situation, that condition, we need to do ghusl. These are ghusl. So one side is due to some reason we are najis, or some part of our body is najis, or even not external najis, but to get the internal purity, we use wudu and ghusl methods. And again, we are using either water or we are using soil for tayammum. But as a whole, in Islam, ghusl and wudu, they have very much importance we need to observe. Next, please. Okay, so coming to the FURU, so Salah is very important. In Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Aqimu salata wa la taqunu min al mushrikeen. So establish prayer. And if someone is not offering prayer, so that person will become mushrik, polytheist. So this is, so Islam is equal to Salah. So if there is no Salah, person is not offering prayers, it means that person is out of Islam. So this is very important. And as a Muslim, and especially when a Muslim becomes baligh, so until death, every day 5 prayers are obligatory, wajib upon us. And not only on individual basis we should offer salah, but we should try to offer salah together in congregation. That will be highly rewarded, and we will establish the culture of worshipper of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala together. So this is a kind of preaching and tabligh as well. If you are praying salah in your house, so maybe nobody knows. So we should not make mosque and offer prayer just to show other people, to do riyakari, that I am a good person, I am punctual at my prayers. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded, aqimu salah, that iqamat namaz. And we also say in our iqamat as well before salah. So that is that iqama of salah, that is when we do together. And when we pray in congregation, so then our kids, our ladies, our elders, rich people, poor people, learned, so every type of person is coming and attending. So automatically that makes us a united community. And we realize if someone is facing any problem, any issue, through that congregation, we will be able to know about each other. We are human beings, are called social animal. So if we will not socialize, we will not do worship together. So like, the Hajj, that is a congregational prayer. Like iftar, giving iftar, so that is also highly recommended. Friday prayer, so daily prayer. So Islam prefers that the Islamic rituals and worship, if we do together, so that is very, very beneficial for all of us. So every day 17 rakat, and the Salatul Fajr and Salatul Zuhur and Asr and Maghrib and Isha. So this is wajib. There is some exception. First of all, until we are not baligh, so but it is recommended while our kids they are 5 years old, we should teach them how to pray salah, and we should make them habitual to offer salah. But up to the age of maturity, in girls that is 9 years, and in boys it could be 13 or 14 or 15. So it depends on the signs of their maturity. So once girl or boy, they are mature, so rest of their life, this prayer, this is wajib to offer every day. But the ladies, they have usually due to menstruation, so they have exception. But again, once that is a few days are finished, so again she has to offer prayers. Daily 5 prayers, 17 rakat is wajib. But in one hadith, Imam Hassan Askari alayhi salam, he said, Shia is a person who offers 51 rakat every day. So this 51 rakat includes the night prayer, 11 rakat, and 2 rakat nafla or mustab for morning prayer, and 8 rakat is for dhuhr, and 8 rakat is for asr, and 4 rakat is after 3 rakat wajib or prayer of maghrib, and 2 rakat in sitting position for isha. So all these makes 51 rakat. If one can offer 51 rakat, that is the best thing. At least apparently and openly we can say, yes, I am Mu'min, I am Shia, because I am offering 51 rakat every day. The other wajib prayer, that is NAJAASAAT. Once we observe, the lunar eclipse or solar eclipse or earthquake, so natural disasters. So in that case, wherever the people they are living and they are observing in their area, so then this is 2 rakat, NAJAASAAT, that must be offered. And Salatul Mayyat or funeral prayers when someone dies. So this is there is no ruku and sujood in namaz janaza. It's just 5 takbir and 5 different dua we read. For one person it is wajib aini, and for others it is wajib kifai. But again, we should not leave our beloved without Salatul Mayyat. The person who is doing Hajj, so namaz tawaf, tawaf Kaaba. So first we have 7 rounds, 7 circumambulance, part of Umrah or Hajj. And after that, there is 2 rakat namaz tawaf, that is also a wajib. So, when we are mature, we are baligh, so after that, every 5 daily prayers, so that's wajib. If we have left, we did not pray on time, so that is qada, that is lapsed, and we have to offer that prayer as soon as possible. In one narration, it has been said up to 7 hours, Allah commands to angels not to write, when we are not offering prayer, that is sin. So Allah commands to angels not to write this sin in our account book. So first of all, we should try to pray on time. Secondly, if due to some reason we were traveling or we were unable to offer on time, so as soon as possible we should try to offer that prayer. We should not make late. But if the time of the namaz dhuhr or namaz asr, up to sunset we can offer, but once there is sunset, so then that is qada. So that qada prayer, then we have to offer as soon as possible. We should not say, okay, after a few years, before my death, I will do. And we should not leave it that after our death, our kids, our family members, so they will hire someone to pray our qada prayer. But that is one of the method. After death, people, they can, the kids or family members, they can offer qada prayer for some late person, or they can hire some people to offer that qada prayers. So someone who prays salah after getting some money, so that is called ijara. So hiring some person, or if somebody has vow or nazar or oath, covenant, so that is promise with God. and then that person must have to pray that salah. So these were different types of wajib salah. And when we are praying salah, this is a huge, long topic. So there are certain conditions. So there to have our salah perfect. So we need to pay full attention, as well as the different parts of salah or pillars of salah. So that must be observed. Next slide. So zakat is also one of our deen, and khums is also. Khums is 20. Next slide will be khums, but this is about zakat. So this is wajib. So usually our people, they have heard, and a lot of time in Quran, the words like aqimus salah wa atuz zakat. So this zakat wa atuz zakat that has been used more than 28 verses in Quran. So that zakat is general term. General term mean our khums, our zakat, wajib zakat, our sadaqat, mustahab charity. So all are included in that word zakat, wa'atu zakat. Actually, all of our worship, it is having two aspects. One aspect is aqimus salah. So salah and worship is related with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Zakat is related with the people. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is teaching us. So you must be connected with Allah as well as connected with the people. So worship to Allah, and the energy you are getting, the risk you are getting, you have to offer and share with the rest of the mankind. Wherever you can offer, you can approach all these things. So the different things upon which zakat is wajib, that is the wheat and barley and dates and raisins and gold, silvers, camels, cows, sheep and goats, and business goods. So these are different things, but again, everyone is having a nisab. So when you are having wheat or barley, dates or raisins, more than 800 kilos, so then that becomes wajib. And it's so, when you are having, cutting your crops, you are having these things. Likewise, the gold and silver, when someone is using gold and silver in business, so on that gold and silver, zakat is wajib. It is not on the ornaments or jewelry of the ladies. Camels and cows and sheep, again, when there are a certain number like 40 cows and goats, and so when you are having certain number of animals, so then that zakat becomes wajib. So next slide is about I think khums. Khums is also wajib. It is also given in Quran. So usually in these days, the khums we are paying, that is upon our savings. So there are two methods. Some people that believe, some Maraji, they believe that any earning we are having, so 20% of that earning we have to pay as khums, as well as we are getting that. But majority of Maraji, so they are unified that you have to fix one date in the year, and on that date, whatever the saving after your expenses you are having, so it means once a year you will calculate your profits, your savings, and upon your profits and savings, 20% is khums. Khums mean also the 1/5. So then whatever the khums you have calculated, 50% of that is Sami Imam. So that is spent on Islamic causes, and 50%, other 50% is Sami Sadat, the progeny of Rasulullah and Imam Ali and Hazrat Fatima al-Zahra, their kids. So they are in millions in the world, and as they can't take zakat, so the zakat, the first we counter, so that goes to those Muslims who are poor, or even some of the non-Muslim who are mu'allafatul qulub, they can receive zakat. And those people who work as employee to collect zakat, so they can also get some portion from that. But as a whole, Ummah, Muslims who are poor, who are needy, who are traveler, and they are in need, so they can receive zakat. But those who are from the family of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam are generally sadat, so they can't take zakat. So for them, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has commanded to pay khums. So 50% of khums that goes to, and historically in Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, after commandment of Allah, he established the system of khums. But second caliph, he stopped because there were sanctions, financial and economical and social and political sanctions. One kind of sanctions were in Makkah. Shia Abi Talib, for 3 years, non-believers, they put Rasulullah and their family, and they cut off all kind of relation with that family and Rasulullah. Likewise, after the death of Prophet, these caliphs, they also try to impose different kind of sanctions on the family of Rasulullah, on Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam. And as family of Rasulullah, they were getting and receiving khums, so second caliph, he banned, he stopped. So instead of khums, he started ushur, and that is again 10%. So the 20% that was coming to Ahlul Bayt, so 20% of khums, and then 50% of that was going to Ahlul Bayt or Sadat. So he started taking 10%. So that the Ahlul Bayt, what they are receiving, they should become poor. They should be unable to help other people in this way. People will cut off from them. They will not come and knock their doors, and Ahlul Bayt will be unable to help them. So the natural mines of salt, or the oil or gas, or different things, gold. So most of the things Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala kept in the soil and mountains. So on the mines, khums is also wajib, and also from the sea or ocean. Again, like mines, so there are natural resources over there. So upon them is also khums wajib, and lawful property, and if that is mixed with a person is working and getting salary, and then maybe due to some reason, some unlawful or haram money is mixed, so you can make park by paying khums when you are not sure how much is haram and halal that has been mixed, or sometime a person is doing business of haram things. So as a whole, the money is no mixed. So khums is wajib. That person should not wait for 1 year and upon saving, but in that situation, as well as the person is getting something and that's mixed, so person should pay khums. And also, if person is not paying khums every year and going for Hajj, so upon the expenses of Hajj, that person should also pay khums. The spoils of war, so that is mal ghanimat. Usually all Muslim, because this khums is given in Quran, all Muslim until today, they believe there are spoils of war, there is khums. But for rest of the things, so because the second caliph ban, so that's why usually majority of the Muslims, they don't pay khums. But follower of Ahlul Bayt, theoretically they believe, but practically they should also pay khums, because this brings a lot of barakah in our business, in our life, and in our earnings. And also the land that is purchased from a Muslim, so in that case, we can ask to mujtahid, when Muslim and non-Muslim dealing or purchasing of something, so on that land also khums is wajib. Next, please. I think I am going to end off. But as in the beginning, I said there are 10 FURU, and all are included in our books. A few of them we have discussed over here, but Amar bil Maruf and Nahy al Munkar. So as a whole, there are many verses in Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has commanded not only you as an individual you should be good, but also you should try to advise or invite other Muslims or other human beings to be Muslim or to be good. So we are very weak on that front. So inshallah, we should try to offer. This is wajib. This is obligatory duty. Our iman is not perfect if we are not performing. But Amar bil Maruf does not mean we should annoy people, we should upset them, and we should create animosity among ourselves. With all best hikmah, wisdom, analysis of personality and techniques, we should try to spread message of Islam and the humanity services. And also, if person is committing sin, so we should try. There are different stages, but we should try to tell them this is something wrong. Tawalla is loving Allah, loving Rasulullah, all prophets and all imams and their followers. This is tawalla. So basically, love is for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But all those who are followers, obedient, and lover of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, having different ranks, different level of awliyaullah. But any person who is good, who is Muslim, who is Mu'min, we should try to love and respect them. But mainly love is for Allah, because Allah has commanded us to love His creatures, and those who are good, we have to love them for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And tabarra is so anyone who is enemy of Allah, against Allah, not obeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so we should try to stay away from that person. So those who are enemies of Allah, open enemies of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they can't be our friend. We can't love them. We should not try to be their relatives, their friendships. Yes, as a human being, as a neighbor, we can have relations, but our friendship, our close relation, our du'as, supplications for them who are follower of right path, Surat Mustaqim. So as a whole, actually this is the syllabus. Students, they have to study more than 1 year. So less than 40 minutes I try to explain for you. So now you're most welcome. If you have questions, so please ask. So it's open for you.
Thank you very much, Aga. So I can see some questions in the chat. However, I would
yes, one
like to ask a
question
couple
is, does ghusl and nifas should be taken after miscarriage? Yes. Again, it depends. It depends actually when the lady is out of blood. So blood is not coming anymore. So it could be 1 day, it could be more than 1 day, maximum is 10 days, but that ghusl should be taken. Buying land from non-Muslims, we need to give, here is written Khurshid, but actually maybe that was KHUMS. Yes. So yes, when we are buying land from non-Muslim, we have to pay KHUMS on that. Yes, please. Next question.
So I was going to ask generally, obviously these topics are covered in 7 books, from book 1 to 7. But is there a particular book that you would recommend, or we should refer to Tawzil Masail?
You know, Tawzil Masail of MUTAHIRAAT has all these topics. Actually, Tawzil Masail is mainly written on these topics, different things which are related with our daily lives and rituals we have to do. So are given in Tawzil Masail, and nowadays Tawzil Masail are available online as well. So you can go and Google alislam.org and the website of MUTAHIRAAT, so you can get this Tawzil Masail online as well.
Yeah, I can see there are many more questions. But if someone would like to ask particularly about Fiqh, about the resources, I've already mentioned about Tawzil Masail, then please do raise a question through chat, or you can speak. Sister Zainab has raised her hand.
One question is, if you bought land from the Muslims, so if you know the person who is buying already, you are calculating your homes. So that then that there is no need to give homes on that. So after 1 year, if that land was sometime people they are buying to make their house for their need, so then there is no homes. But if that was part of business, so when they are going to sell that property at that time, so they will pay homes on the profit.
Assalamu alaikum, Aghajan.
Alaikum.
I wanted to ask about the namaz jama'ah that you mentioned. Like we have to start from home, isn't it? When we try to do namaz jama'ah at home, can my children lead the jama'ah, and can I pray behind them?
Yes, your children, if they are baligh.
Yes, they are. Yeah.
They are baligh, so then you can follow. For Jama'ah, a lady can lead to ladies.
All right.
But if there are mixed people, so then only male can lead. So your son can lead if that person is baligh. But again, there are few conditions as well. At least qiraat of that person should be correct.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. And if a husband and wife are there, so then wife will stand behind and husband will lead.
Sure. And I have put another question in the comments that we use mugs and cups that are made of bone china. So are they okay to use? Because I've heard they are made out of bones.
Made out of?
Bones of different animals. Haddiyan.
You know, if you are sure that is made from bones and you're not sure that bones were from halal animal, so then try to avoid not to use those. But something when it is made from najis thing, then you have to clean that. And cleaning of utensils or cups, so that is you can wash with the water. So, but to come out of that doubt, it's better, you know, like men, they use belts.
Yes.
So try to buy those belts which are made from the halal animal hides. So likewise, when we have cups and mugs made up of soil, so it's better to use that.
Okay. Jazakallah. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Aga. Jazakallah. It was very informative
Thank
session.
you. I hope you enjoyed. And sorry if I've taken much of your time. Maybe you were tired. And inshallah, I pray you will serve to our people, our kids, our community, inshallah, in a better way.
Jazakallah, Aga.
Thank you.